What's up, guys? It's Pax Perry again, and I'm going to answer some of your common asked questions about the porn industry. Hope you find this video informative, and I hope I answer your question as best as I can. First question. I really wanted to know about how they checked and protect the models from HIV, STD, and STI. ... So that is a great question. And someone else asked that question on a more recent video. The testing that goes on in the industry is standard through talent testing service. And talent testing is by far the best service for people in the porn industry. I don't think anyone can go get a talent testing STD check. More commonly, you can go through Quest Diagnostics. That's what I use when I'm doing OnlyFans collabs. But talent testing is by far the best, and I can assure you that they definitely keep records on every single STD check that they've done on every single model in the industry, on the studios that use it. So what do I mean by that? They're pretty much, I'm not sure if they're worldwide, but at least in the United States, they are going to be the best in the industry because they use the early detection HIV test. That is the most important one. HIV, nobody wants that. I don't want it. It's something that's very serious. It's something that's very serious, and I know for sure that they have the best HIV early detection test on the blood work. So that means there is a 99% chance that they will detect it within 5 days. And when you go out on a shoot, you will, or the studio will wait about 3 to 5 days. It takes about 2 to 3 days for the results to come back, and the studio will not book the flights, or they'll book the flights and they will either send the model home if they find out the test results are not clean. Talent testing will also check for gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, the A and B hepatitis, and all of the ones that are pretty much on a standard blood panel and urine test. So I don't know how else to answer that, but I have been very fortunate and lucky that I have never gotten something. And what they don't test for, though, is herpes. You do have to specifically request that to the doctor or whoever is doing the blood tests, but talent testing usually does not test for that. I don't know really the reason, probably because it's more of a common one. That's something that also is pretty important, but I don't know the reasoning behind that, but I can definitely attest for talent testing. They are the best, and the studios that use talent testing are going to be very strict, and they're going to know all the record of the model that's being booked for the shoot. They're going to know every single test result on that model and make sure that they've not had anything in the past, perhaps, that could potentially come up later. So that is something that they take very seriously, and if somebody gets something, more commonly, if somebody gets HIV, the entire industry will know about it. And all the studios definitely talk on a regular basis, and there is an entire list. I don't know how that goes, but I know for sure there is a large list of creators to work with and not to work with. So as best as I can explain that, I hope that answers your question. On to question number 2. So What happens if you climax early on a set, and how do the directors react? I've actually seen this about 7 times, and I believe I've responded to this person's comments already, but I just kind of wanted to do a video on it because it's kind of hilarious. So I've seen this around 7 times or so that I can recall, and specifically at Corbin Fisher, there was this kind of new kid, younger kid who was like pretty much just of the age to be legal to film. He claimed that he could come like something like fucking 20 times a day. I don't remember exactly what he said, but something crazy. I thought he was like joking, and I was like, okay, that's ridiculous. I don't think anyone can come that many times per day, but he swore by it. And after, I think I was on a break that day, and he was doing a scene with another person, and he messed up like literally 4 or 5 times, where the director, each time he was like super pissed. Like the look on his face was just like blank. He was like, we've been here for fucking 14 hours. Can you fucking do it right? And that's pretty much how that went. But on the 4th or 5th time, I believe, he literally like took a 3, maybe 2 minute break between each of those mess ups, and the director was like, let's go again, go again, go again. Like, it was crazy. And he took about 2 to 3 minutes to finish the shot. He finally did it because he would like either do it in the wrong place, or he would do it too soon, or the director would be like, let's do it at this exact time, this is exact shots. And yeah, it was kind of stressful, but I was like in the adjacent room, and the doors were open at that time, so it was kind of funny because that's just how it went. But he finally made it, and apparently previously during the day he'd already come like 5 times. I don't know why. They specifically tell you to wait like a week before you do that, because they are not sure if the scene is going to be completed or not. So he did it like on the 4th or 5th time, and he comes out and he's like, I told you so. I told you so, bro. I could do it. And I was like, damn, like, how? How do you do that? This kid was just super young, and he had a really high sex drive. I do not know his secret, but that was hilarious. The directors definitely get pissed every single time, and if you can't make it up and finish the scene within probably like, I mean, it could go on for like another hour or two, but after that, like, I'm pretty sure they would just cut the scene and usually not pay you, because they have to complete the scene with the money shots to actually pay you. That's just how the business goes. Next question. You and Felix Fox should collab. So I've actually tried to reach out to him in the past, I believe on Twitter and Instagram, and a person of that size of following, I did not get any response, but I'm pretty sure I would have to have a friend that knows him to be able to collab with him, because a lot of the creators that are like way above me, obviously, it's very unlikely for them to reply. I would love to collab with Felix. I would love to collab with a lot of people, actually. Reno Gold, ex-Leox, or Leo. He's a really awesome guy. Both of those guys are. And I would love to collab with them, but getting in touch with them is another story. So if you know any of those people and want to mention any of my content to them, asking them to collab with me, that would be very much appreciated. But yeah, one can only hope. So I actually wrote all these down, and I'm tired of like looking down on the ground. So next question. comes from, I think he asked this like twice. This guy comments, my sex drive is super low, and what can I do to bring it up? And I think he mentioned, I think he mentioned that he was taking some type of SSRI. Super good question. So, SSRIs will always crush your sex drive. Doesn't matter really what you do. It doesn't matter how many things you take to bring it up. Unfortunately, you do have to stop taking antidepressants because those will always crush your sex drive, and they're just, I don't really know how antidepressants work, but I've had terrible results with them. I used, I believe, Wellbutrin for like a day in the past, and it was fucking horrible. So I would recommend you stay away from those to have your sex drive be normal or okay or above normal. Those are always going to be the worst thing you could possibly take, which also includes mood boosters that are prescribed by a doctor. I don't know the exact names of them, but I was also prescribed one of those before by a so-called psychiatrist that I had in the past, and it was fucking terrible. I didn't really notice it at first with that one, the mood booster, but after about 2 weeks, it really, like, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like something's really not right. Like it just wasn't working. It's like loss of blood flow, and then it was really hard to climax. So I would, from personal experience, I would definitely stay away from those. And everywhere that I read online, everyone that I've ever talked to that's taking SSRIs, they are always going to have a super low sex drive. I don't think I've seen even one case of a person having a normal sex drive while taking those. So definitely stay away from those. They're pretty dangerous in my opinion. But I'm definitely suggesting listen to your doctor, do what your doctor tells you, because I'm not a doctor. I'm just someone who likes to research things, and I've been doing like fitness, everything fitness related, diet, nutrition, training, supplementation. I've been researched on that for more than 15 years, but don't take my word for it. Just definitely do your research. I would suggest that would be the best way of fixing your sex drive. Oh, and then the same person, sorry, I forgot your name. I didn't write it down. You asked Melanotan 2, you read somewhere that it causes moles and the dark spots or sunspots, I guess what they're called. I've actually experienced that myself in the past when I started Melanotan 2 about 3 years ago or so. I've been using it for a while, but off and on, of course. So Melanotan 2, I did a video about it, and you can watch it up here if you want to. I love Melanotan 2, but there is a little bit of a concerning side effect with it by having these little dark spots or moles on your skin. And one can assume that that is going to increase the risk of skin cancer. As far as that goes, I really don't know, in my honest opinion. But there is more research that I have found that it prevents skin cancer because you don't have to have as much sun exposure. Now, it's obviously a case-by-case basis, but I would say the more sun exposure that you have, or more exposure to tanning beds, that is going to increase your risk of skin cancer. I personally like to go like anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week in the tanning bed for like 5 minutes. And I will do, if I want to be tan, of course, I will do the Melanotan anywhere from every other day to 3 times a week to 2 times a week. And I have yet to come out with a video, part 2 on that Melanotan and how that's going, because I haven't really been consistent with it. But I think personally, and what I've found, it helps you prevent skin cancer. And it's something that I haven't really found dangerous at all. Obviously, you have to inject it, so you do have to know what you're doing on that. I wouldn't recommend you take Melanotan 2 for a sex drive boost, though, because it does increase the libido in your brain. It increases the pituitary gland in your brain, and it's telling your brain that you want to have sex like every fucking minute of the day. That's pretty much what it does. It doesn't increase hormones at all. It doesn't change hormones by any means, but it does change your brain chemistry. Probably doesn't make any sense, but that's just what I've researched. So I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. There is a lot of questions. If you guys have any questions that you think might be good for another video, please drop them down in the comments. And before I cut this video, I'm going to answer one more question, and it comes from Twitter. Sorry I did not write your name down, but this person asks, I want to know your secret for staying lean. I believe I've done a video on this in the past, but yeah, my videos were really not that great in the past. But pretty much consistency. So I've been doing like fitness, this whole bodybuilding lifestyle for 15 years now. And consistency is going to be the biggest role in staying lean. Like, I'm not skipping workouts. I'm not skipping meals too often. Eating food is really important, but sometimes I do skip meals and I do eat lower calories than I really should. You pretty much just have to stick to a plan and follow that plan and don't go away from the plan. That's going to be pretty much the secret to staying lean, and definitely having a weight training program I would suggest. Although you don't have to do that to stay lean, your diet is going to play a bigger role than that, but it's rather the entire circle, the training, the nutrition. Supplements are like, most of them are bullshit. All of those combined is going to make you stay super lean year-round, but you do have to have some type of muscle to, I guess, have that leanness come out, per se. Another thing that can help is, which I thought was complete bullshit for a long time, and it does come with side effects, but the green tea extract or green coffee bean bullshit, I have taken a couple of those supplements, such as the Cellucor HD Fat Burner, I guess is what it's called. That one I had the best results on, but you do have to take it for like more than like 2 months or so. It's a complete waste of money. Don't fucking buy it, but I have definitely looked my leanest on that. It's just, yeah, Cellucor makes it. It's pretty good. I'm a big fan of their pre-workout, their C4 series. But as far as like supplements go, I don't really use too many of them. I'm mostly into peptides and the nootropics. I like taking things like methylene blue, BPC 157, TB 500. There's a whole list of peptides that are like for sex, that's for preventing certain things. There's literally a peptide for everything, but I would say peptides, yes, they're expensive, but they do make a pretty big difference versus like supplements that are probably going to make like a 1% difference. So, yeah, it's kind of a loaded question, but I hope that answers your question. And you know what, guys? I fucking love you guys. And I'm really like, I really enjoy like talking to you guys, interacting with you guys. So by all means, comment, like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you want to see something a little bit more spicy, you know where to go for that. And I will see you guys in the next video.